Atlan is the latest MMORPG right now, but really fun to play. And honestly, if you want to have an even better time playing, you really want to make sure you get your gear down pat because gear matters a lot in this PvE slash PvP MMORPG. And this gear, what you need to do is you got to make sure you try to maximize the most out of the gear that you can receive. And in today's episode, I want to actually cover everything about the gear system, some of the things you should be doing with the gear as well, how to maximize it, how to unlock the full potential. So stay tuned to the rest of the video so you'll be able to make sure that you're coming out of the gates strong when you're in Crystal Atlan. Check this out. So right now what I have is my fighter class right now, the fighter waifu right now. Keep in mind that it is character like female locked, but besides the point. So when you are in game, you're gonna hop on over. I want to talk a little bit about how to maximize your gear so that you're making sure you're at the strongest that you are at all times. So when it comes to gear, one thing to note is that you will be unlocking items throughout your entire playthrough. Now these gear essentially all have stats, so keep that in mind as we're walking through this. So gear all has stats, they all have particular things to them, but in order to maximize this gear, so when you are at your gear, make sure you walk through all three of these things when it comes to gear, because all of this matters to your overall survivability, overall attack power, overall everything when it comes to it. So currently right now, I am now sitting at level 33. So this is all of my gear that I can get at the max that they can without utilizing the voucher tickets and stuff. Now, keep in mind, your gear will scale differently depending on what you are doing. And even your skills will scale differently depending on what you are doing. So overall gear, you have your dungeon and your PvP side of things. So your gear will definitely change when you hop into PvP. Your gear will change when you're in dungeons. So kind of separating PvE versus PvP content. So overall, this is my current dungeon stats right now. These are my dungeon gear. Right now, I am at the best that I can at my current level. Now, this is an entire set piece. This is the Jade Feather set piece. When you, of course, have all 5 set pieces. So in most games like gacha games and stuff like that, you gotta make sure you always want to use sets. Even in other MMOs, try to find the sets as much as possible because they will overall help you get the most of the gear that you can get, and as well as the certain bonuses that you want. So that is my first tip for you guys. Make sure to equip the best gear that you can and make sure to further improve them through enhancements and all of that good stuff. So now when you get past this point of your gear, you're at the most that you can. Like I said, I got my weapons at a +7. I did just obtain the Jade Feather set all 5, so I can actually go into the overall equipment and level them up as much as I can. So if I wanted to, I will go here to the enhancements. I got my Jade Feather crown, and what I will do is actually utilize my catalysts to be able to further enhance this. Now, the more you enhance your gear, the lower their success rate becomes. So overall, I would take this guy and improve it as much as I need to. And if you notice, every time I improve it, certain bonuses gets improved overall, and my overall attack power or my power level of my character increases. Now, of course, the more you increase your enhanced, your success rate jumps down to the point where it will become a little bit harder to be able to get it. But if you want, you can use catalyst to increase that success rate. From there, when you are, leveling up your base gear, you need to further improve that gear. To further improve that gear, what we need to do is hop into these circuits. Now, circuits are something to always, you want to keep track of and make sure you improve them as much as you can. So when you find all the gear you want, you can equip them. Think of them like gems or sockets for your gear. So over here, I have currently sitting as this Epic Time Circuit level 3. And what this circuit does, it actually can be slotted to either helmet, gloves, or my shoes, but it gives me a main attribute of a +6.4 for my attack speed. When I level it up, depending on which level it is, would dictate what new attributes that I can actually unlock for that character. So this allowed me to get my physique up to a +6, increase my attack speed overall, or like even my main weapons, I have it at a circuit level 6, and it gives me an attack level bonus of 11. My pyro enhancements jump up by 0.8, and my electro enhancements get a 1.7, so on and so forth. So make sure that you are making sure you're not holding out on anything of your character or limiting your character by not equipping your circuits. You must equip your circuits to further improve whatever gear you have, and it is a staple to make sure that your gear is at the tip-top shape, especially when you're going to dungeons or even in PvP. Now, like I said, gear is very important. By just obtaining and crafting that gear, to further improve that gear, you need to utilize the circuits, and by attaining these gem sockets, essentially, from there, you have one and last thing, and this is where it gets a little bit iffy, because there's other things that can further improve the power level of your character. Okay, so there's certain insignias that you can get to further improve your character. I have the Wonderland Navigator, gives me a 500 added bonus to that. My strength, intelligence, physique all get a +40 across the board, and I do get the additional attributes, which seems like would be the more favorable option, because my attack speed gets a +20 and my critical damage rate gets a +20 as well, further enhancing what my other sockets allow me to do. Now, of course, I am now wearing this outfit, which is you're seeing this current maid outfit. So now outfits are another major thing that can also further enhance this. Now, this is where it gets a little bit touchy, because you can actually summon for different outfits that allow you to get a further buff into your overall gear. So this entire maid set right here, the headwear gives me +15 across the board, a couple other increases, but because I have the entire maid outfit, I get this entire set piece bonuses across the board, just overall giving me a further enhancements to whether I'm playing in PvP or even PvE. Now, if you want to check out the total of what your character has, my overall development, this is what shows like there's a ranking system comparable to you to the other players. So my gear right now, I am currently beating 38% of all players at a C level. Now I could be a lot better overall, because my gear itself gives me closer to 4,000 power, while my enhancements that I have done to all of those gears, then of course the circuit level of power, the insignias, and of course the pet system. Now all of this is how you overall improve your total power rating, currently sitting at a 12,810 at level 33, utilizing the Starbreaker class. So this gives me, all of these guys give me a simple buff into how I can do practically anything in the game. Now, of course, I can actually take a quicker look at my current class right now, and I'm looking pretty good overall, as of just now, almost 3 to 3.5 hours after into my overall playtime of this game. But that is essentially the gear system. Now, one thing I do want to take note is that each of your gear, you can actually increase them. If you guys just start playing the game, you can actually further use enhancement vouchers that can jump your gear right up to level 20, just like that. Now, next, just to further enhance your overall stats and abilities, you have the pet system, which you can equip up to 2 pets. These pets can give you 2 functionalities or 2 abilities or skills that you could use in your in-game. But the main thing that you want to worry about is the overall stats of these pets, because they actually help improve your character's overall stats altogether. Theoretically, in order for you to have the best system, so to speak, you have to maximize all of these, but do not miss out on the circuits, because they give you that nice added buff on top of your gear, further unlocking the full potential of your gear. But yeah, that is essentially how the gear system work in the game. The gear system is basically the main way of overall leveling up. Now, of course, there is that side of thing where it becomes either pay to win or not, is essentially being able to buy the different outfits for your characters on the banners. Now, keep in mind, these is what allows you to get the specific summons. So this is the Brocade summon. Essentially, it's the Blessing of the Sky outfits. and this entire set, and you can see the huge difference between what I already got for free, thanks for logging in, versus if I would have actually pulled for this set. I get an entire crazy bonuses. The headgear were almost like almost triple what I had already received out of my main maid outfit. But having all of these equipped will definitely take me to a higher thing. Keep in mind, I already have the Wonderland Navigator banner for it, but this is essentially the current banner that people can get if they were to summon for the outfit. And of course, you have the pet summons, which basically gives you, like I said, that extra added benefit comparable to what you already have. So having all of these together will make your character soar way beyond what you already have. But yeah, this is just the beginner guide, just kind of like running down like what you need to be doing to make sure that the game, make sure your entire playtime, whether you're in PvP or in PvE for the dungeons, are pretty good. And you'll notice that a lot of people got different stuff, so it's something to just keep in mind when you're overall trying to maximize your gear. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you having a fun time playing Crystal of Atlan? Is this a game that you want to, like, you know, sink your teeth in for the time being? You know, a nice little side game. But let me know. Other than that, if you like today's video, definitely hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And as always, I want you guys to stay safe out there. And it's been your host, Chaos DTV, signing out. Peace.